guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for those of you who don't know, the Vampire Diaries came back. Oh my god. So today we're going to do a little review, discussion, theories type video talking about the first episode of season 7, day 1 of 22,000. Give or take. Vampire Diaries is my favorite TV show. I'm obsessed with this TV show. It's been my favorite for 7 years now. I did a end of the season review for season 6, so if you want to see what I thought of the end of the previous season, I will link that down below for you. I had some theories, some issues, some concerns, some complaints. So today, I felt it was only necessary, since the first episode premiered, I should tell you what I'm thinking about this new season going forward. So at the end of last season, we have Elena put into this like magical coma because Kai so kindly decided to link Bonnie's life to Elena. Elena will be in a coma for as long as Bonnie's alive, and that puts a lot of interesting dynamics into the mix of the show because we have Damon, who would basically do almost anything for Elena. Damon even offered to give up his immortality. Elena took the cure for vampirism, and Damon was like, well, if I just feed on you and continuously feed on you, I will also become a human. I'm very glad that Damon did not go that route. I really love Damon as a vampire. Damon couldn't be Damon without being a vampire. I just think it's such an inherent part of his personality. We have Elena become a human at the end of last season. We have a epic massacre at Joe and Alaric's wedding. Kai comes in and murders the rest of the Gemini Coven, kills his sister, takes her power, becomes all powerful, crazy, psychotic, magic siphoning idiot. Lily's already out, but he releases all of the other heretics from their prison. That seemed like a really logical and smart idea. So that's our new villain for season 7, these heretics. We haven't really had a witch villain on this show yet outside of Kai. The show has progressively become much more witch-based. It's not so much on the politics of the vampires and bad vampires. How many times can you have this bad, bloodthirsty, evil, power-hungry vampire murder everybody? You can't really top Klaus. You need to find other avenues for an antagonist. Now we have these heretics who are just such an oxymoron to the show's mythology. And a heretic is a witch, but it's a specific kind of witch that doesn't actually perform magic, but they can siphon magic, and they get turned into vampires. Since they are supernatural being, they can just continue to siphon the magic off of their vampire being. Very interesting. They are bloodthirsty, don't have a lot of refinement to them. They've been in a prison world since the early 1900s, and they got put there because they liked to kill a lot of people. Kai was like, well, whatever, let's let them out. And since Elena is gone, I was very concerned that we were going to lose a very important part of the show and a very important feeling to the show. I really liked that the show opened with both Caroline and this new girl that we don't know writing in journals. I think her name is Valerie. She's kind of introduced as a meek character. She's kind of reserved and quiet, and then she kind of turns into a crazy person. You find out she's a heretic. Lily has decided to keep them all sequestered away. They're living on very small rations of blood. They're all very angry. They want to feed on humans, and that's just not good publicity, and that's going to get them found out. So they're all in a really bad mood when these kids hit Val as she's walking across the street because she's trying to figure out how to use a cell phone as she's crossing the street. These kids that are apparently high on drugs decide to just leave her there for dead. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Val goes back to them and gets her revenge, murders them, hanging them from the ceiling with all of their blood dripping down them, because that's subtle. That was definitely what Lily had in mind when she said blend in with society. And it gets worse. We'll get to that in a second. So at the same time, Rick, Bonnie, and Damon are in Europe, basically boozing their way across the continent, trying to help Rick get over Joe. And Bonnie is basically their chaperone. Great use of their time. Damon reaches over to take a drink of Rick's drink. Oh, this is the crappiest whiskey I've ever had. Bonnie's kind of smelling it. This is tea. This isn't even whiskey. Rick has actually been pulling a fast one on Damon. It looks like he's searching out some kind of psychic. He goes and sees a psychic, promptly calls him out on being a fake, has a stone with him, and wants to bring back his wife. We learn that resurrecting the dead is always a good idea and never leads to any kinds of consequences. That's happening in Europe. Back in Mystic Falls, Stefan, Caroline, Matt decide that it's a great idea to try and destroy the heretics. They do with good intentions. So they devise a bomb. Stefan even called Europe in the first place. He called Rick to be like, hey, So I'm at your house, I got all of your fancy vampire murdering equipment. Tell me how to make a bomb. I got some vampires to blow up. They plant this bomb thing at the heretic's house. Caroline's being like, oh, sunshine neighbor. Oh my gosh, I brought you a flower. Yeah, it's so pretty. Oh, I love your architecture. Ooh, your jacket is so cute. They don't realize that she's a vampire and they're trying to use compulsion on her, and Caroline's just like, and just totally playing into it. And the heretics won't really let her leave. And, you know, she's trying to get out before the bomb explodes. I'm not entirely sure how all of the heretics escaped that house bombing. Stefan tells Lily that they're all dead. Lily's like, really? Stefan tells her that they blew up house. You realize that these power-hungry, dangerous vampire witches that were imprisoned in another dimension, you think you killed them with a bomb? Stefan was like, oh shit. Naturally, they want revenge because they are sick, twisted individuals. So they show up at none other than Matt's police academy graduation. Murders. All of them. The entire police force, all of the academy, the new sheriff, all of them dead. Gone. Just gone. No more. In the middle of the town square, like out in the middle of open, they just completely desiccated the whole entire police force. Lily wasn't very happy. So then Stefan and Lily decided to make a deal. Okay, fine. You can have the town. We're gonna get everybody out. Where do they put them all once they got them to leave? Stefan and Caroline go door to door handing out flyers, compelling people to leave Mystic Falls so that they aren't in danger of becoming vampire food. Any straggler left in Mystic Falls is fair game for the heretics. And that's why in the promos, the town is completely boarded up. It's completely empty. So someone does wander in. Lily's, her favorite child, confronts them. I don't remember exactly why Damon comes back from Europe, but he does. He goes to his boarding house and is like, oh shit, there's people here. Not supposed to be here, and they're the heretics. What's going on? He sees Lily's pet trying to kill this townsperson. Oh, Bonnie comes back with him too. So Bonnie and him gang up on Lily's child and rips his heart out, which is a violation of the pact that Stefan made. Damon is just being completely counterproductive, as per the usual Damon fashion. That's how it usually goes. He just ruins everything that everybody else does. My favorite part is we finally have some Steroline action going on. I have been wanting Stefan and Caroline to get together since probably right after Stefan and Elena broke up. Stefan helped Caroline transition to be a vampire. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for them to finally get together. We got a little bit of it last season, but it wasn't really genuine or satisfying. Caroline had no soul. She turned off all of her emotions, so she was basically a heartless bitch. Finally, we're getting some Steroline action. Just about damn time. Something I forgot to mention that they're doing this season is they're having two timelines. The present day timeline that follows directly after season 6, and then they have another timeline that takes place 3 years in the future. At the end of the season, the two timelines will converge. We're gonna cover 3 years in this season, which is a really long time. And most TV shows only do that really towards the end of their run. Not sure how I feel about that. Is that meaning that this is the last season? I don't know. I don't remember reading anywhere that this was the final season of The Vampire Diaries, and I really, really hope it's not. I'm interested to see what evolves over the 3 years, because that's a lot of time to cover. We get a little bit of snippets of what's going on 3 years in the future. Basically, Damon's in a coffin. That was weird. All blue and purple and like creepily preserved in a coffin in like a storage room. Stefan comes running in, all wounded and all just like flustered. Clearly he's being chased by something. Whips it open, shoves some blood down Damon's throat and says, Damon, I need you. Damon, I need you. Damon, I need you. Damon wakes up. That's how the episode starts, by the way. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Towards the end of the episode, Damon's like, what the hell did you wake me up for? I was supposed to lie here until Elena came back to life. And this woman comes like barging into the storage unit, and she's shooting arrows and she's just like flinging things all over the place. You can't really see her face. So who was she? And they were mentioning that she's honed her skills and she's gotten better. What is going on? Who is this person? I'm really curious to see where they're taking the show now. We don't have Elena. We're having these two dual timelines that are going to merge at the end. Rick's trying to bring back his dead wife, so I mean that's gonna go really well. I don't remember what happened to Kai. Kai died? Supposedly both Jeremy and Tyler will be back at some point in the season. I want to see Jeremy again. I really like Jeremy as a character. I'm really intrigued. Like, where are we going with this show? Curious how they're going to defeat these heretics. I mean, it's Stefan and Damon's mom. Episode ended with this mysterious woman breaking into a storage unit and attacking Damon and Stefan. I'm intrigued. So if you guys have watched the premiere of Vampire Diaries, you have some thoughts or some theories, and you're formulating ideas for what might possibly be going on, tell me down below. Let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!